socials.
Taking down the other podcasts one by one.
Who are these socials?
That clip is why people make fun of you.
With Karl
This is all just for the radio.
and Mike.
We have a lot of business to take care of.
Who are these
We are
socials?
the number one podcast on the internet today.
WATS.
Welcome to yet another episode of WATS, the show thousands of people come to answer the age-old question, what's the deal with social media? You won't find another show that does more to radicalize extremists using social media. I'm your host, Karl. With me as always, except for last week when we weren't on, my buddy, Blind Mike. What's up, Mike?
Well, depending upon which comment section you read, I'm a MAGA Nazi or a liberal cuck. And either way, I'm doing all right.
Yes and yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are rumors going around that fascism is not cool, and that I won't read your super chats. The latter is simply not true. I will read every super chat that comes in, and you could also take advantage of the super tip system. Supertip.gg/WATP is where you can go to participate and support the show and get your fun AI voices to be a part of it. We always appreciate that. Now, Mike, we start this show in a very special way on WATS. Can you explain maybe to some new viewers and listeners what we do to start this show off?
Well, it's a way of easing people in. It's me and Karl kind of bantering to show off, quite frankly, what good pals we are. And it makes you guys at first think, I wish I had friends like that. And then slowly you realize, oh, wait, I do. Mike and Karl.
Okay, that was the best description yet. I need to record that, and that's just what we're going to play from now on. Just, what did you say, show off what good friends we are?
Yes, yeah.
I like that. Wait, I do. Karl and Mike. All right, so the way that we do that is with banter.
Banter! Talk! Do you banter at me? Do you banter at me?
So much to discuss, obviously, in the banter section. And because we are talking about social media on this show, I did want to talk about dummies getting fired for celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. Seems to be big news in the social media world. Mike,
Sure.
I'm sure you've seen some of the viral videos that have been going around.
Boy, have I.
It's pretty wild. In fact, I might as well just play this one for you. This is, I think, is one of the most popular ones that we've been seeing going around.
Fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my fucking job. Now I have nothing but this. I have nothing but this website. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore.
Now, I, as you know, was an employer at one point in my life. And if I saw that an employee reacted like this, I'd be like, oh, we should have fired him a long time ago.
Doing that on the internet should get you fired, not tweeting about Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a very big free speech guy and all that kind of stuff, but
Sure.
you do have to realize that you represent your company on social media. And, you know, if you're...
I did this once today. Don't get me into this again.
Oh, is this, are you have a controversial stance on this? I think if you represent a company...
It depends on what you think. So basically, the Jimmy Kimmel was the big subject of the day. And my thought was, I don't even really give a fuck that Jimmy Kimmel was fired. My thing is, a lot of the tactics being used by the right now are exactly what were used on those same people by the left that they thought was so wrong. Literally, Dave Portnoy used the phrase consequence culture, which was wacky to me.
Yeah.
That they're all using the same terms. And I, like, when I tweeted about it, I get replies that are like, where were you on Roseanne? In the same place. I was standing in the same spot saying Roseanne shouldn't be fired either.
Correct.
So I get the art, like, for example, if parents call a university and are like, hey, this fucking professor is breakdancing because Charlie Kirk got shot. I don't want this guy teaching my kids. Totally fine with that.
Yeah.
What's weird to me is when people on Twitter get together and call a university and go, I don't know who this guy is teaching, but I want him fired. Like, that to me is a weird instinct that feeds into cancel culture that these people were bitching about for a decade and thought was wrong.
Right. It's very much a double standard. I have some thoughts, some hot takes on Jimmy Kimmel, but I'll let Opie lead us into that.
Oh, I
Opie
can't
has some
wait.
hot
There's
takes.
no matter what I said today, there's no way I got in the hot water that I'm sure Opie got into.
Oh my gosh. You know how Opie is, man. He'll go there.
Oh, he
He
really
doesn't
will.
give
He's
a
not
fuck.
afraid.
Most lukewarm guy ever. This guy used to be a shock jock, and I wouldn't say shit about anything. But yeah, I'm with you. The fact that people tattle, I'm always against tattling.
Yeah.
If someone was going off on how excited they were, like let's say they work for TMZ or something, and they're going off about how excited they were that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. HR sees that, the CEO sees that, or something like that, and they go, "Yeah, I don't want this person working for me anymore." I get it.
Sure.
Makes
And there's something to here's what I just want like people to admit, because people get high and they get on the soapbox with their arguments. Like that guy freaking out just there. If there's also a video of him saying, "I want Shane Gillis fired from SN," or whatever, pick your
Right.
cancel.
Sure.
And people are like, that's kind of funny that they're getting their comeuppance. Totally. I love revenge. I'm all for it. If you admit that's what it is. Don't pretend this case is different, though, than all the ones you railed against for years.
It is odd, and what the government is doing with their overreach right now, and I will get into that.
Yeah.
And people on the right are applauding. I'm like, that the administration is going to change over again at some point, right?
Yeah,
it's that same government.
If we
doing
let
shit
them
you don't
get
want
away
to
with
do.
this, it might be you guys eventually again.
Right.
Remember how bad that was? How we didn't
Fucking
like
very,
it?
very short-sighted. It's very much like a teenager's mentality. Like, I'm living for today, man. I don't give a fuck.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of odd that happens. I should mention, while we're in the banter section, I do have a heart out. We're going to move quickly today because the Buffalo Bills are playing Vinny's Miami Dolphins on Thursday Night Football.
That's right.
Some people coming over to the house will be watching that game. So I can't just be here dilly-dallying all day.
Oh, tell them they can put on the Woke Dad segment while they wait.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point. We do have some good woke dad stuff coming up momentarily. Last thing, we'll move very quickly through this. I enjoyed the Blind Mike project this past weekend. My buddy Royce Lopez was on the show.
We gave you a good bashing for your,
I can't believe
for your nefarious way, your evil ways.
I think, and tell me if I'm wrong about this, I think that's the last time this is getting brought up, the Karl versus Mersch thing.
I hope so.
Has that died now? Or have we all moved on from this?
That was my main point. So I said this on point, devil point. I thought, like, if I heard the comment that you said about Mersch, I would have been like, what the fuck is Karl's problem? But as I said on my show, I was like, I think Karl was in a bad mood. And I think if he was talking to people that were busting his balls about it, I think he would probably admit that. Am I wrong, would you say?
I wasn't in a bad mood. I was doing a live show in front of an audience. That's what I love to do. I wasn't in a bad mood at all.
Oh, then I don't know why you're so mad at Mersch.
I was commenting on what Mersch was saying. Then he was whatever. I'm not going to get into it. We're not going to get into it right now. All I know is that I still see people saying that I need to apologize to Mersch, which is the wildest thing ever.
You don't need to apologize.
That's what I mean. Like, Mersch talks wild shit about everyone all day long, every day. And then I go, this guy's kind of a loser, though. And Mersch's like, whoa, what just happened? How is this possible? This is happening right now.
Yeah, I got where Mersch was coming from, but it was also crazy to me that the flames lasted for a week and a half or whatever it was.
Slow news week, man.
Until now. You got Jimmy Kimmel saved you.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God we're talking about Jimmy Kimmel now.
Yeah.
By the way, you said that he was fired, and I haven't checked today.
Well, I'm using that term loosely. Yeah.
Right, because he's just suspended, right?
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's coming back. Hey, there's a lot of examples of people where the networks are like, hey, he's suspended indefinitely, and then he gets fired. I don't know if there was a term for that period of time, but like people were getting canceled, and this was a thing that they did where they were like, oh yeah, who knows, we'll review it, and then they just go away.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen, but he hasn't been fired as of yet.
Not officially.
All right. Supertip.gg/WATP. Chad's missing upper lip is here with us.
Hoping LibCuck Mike is wearing his pink pussy hat tonight.
See?
I called Charlie Kirk a hero last week, and I got shit for that too.
Even the BEGGIE monster knows you're a LibCuck.
I can't win with these people.
Diana Sclans. Yay, Karl and Blind Mike. I'm looking forward to this. Thank you very much, Diana. Good to see you.
Yes, thank you.
Chad's missing upper lip. Soundboard Mike. All right, let's not start that. Don't plant that seed.
I could do it. My fingers on it.
I know it is. Chad's missing upper lip says, don't get Mike all wound up.
No, please don't. I could go off at any moment.
WTFRU $5. If Shuey told you SJ was at Stevie's at 7:05, why did it take you until 7:50 to get there? Whoa. What the
That's a
fuck?
timely question. Answer it.
The meetup was at 8. So we had people getting ready for the meetup. Girls. Let me just explain what that means. Girls were getting ready for the meetup.
Yes.
And then we found out that John was there. We went, all right, let's get there as quickly as possible. And I didn't have to do my makeup, so I was ready to go, but
And you guys shaking in fear add an extra 10 minutes to the drive, I imagine.
yeah, we had, and Missy B and Jenny Jingles in tow, and, there's hair getting done and stuff like that. So there's going to be photos taken. I miss old Howard Stern says, I'm conflicted on this cancel culture debate because unchecked, I think a lot of what these people said leads to normalizing and advocating murder. Oh yeah, no, I think that people should be shunned from society. I think it's demonic to celebrate someone's murder and their death and their assassination.
But that's what I was talking about with Charlie Kirk. I think the people that were laughing that Charlie Kirk died, I think that's a crazy reaction. Mm-hmm. I think that's a horrible sign for society. I think that's it's wild to me that we've gotten there.
It's mental illness. You're mentally ill if you're cheering that.
Not only did it not unite the country, people were celebrating. Like that was crazy to me. But then people equate that to, oh, Jimmy Kimmel said something in his monologue. We should get him. Like that's where it's like, okay, well, hold on. Let's not go too crazy yet. Don't equate the two.
I actually checked out Adam Carolla's take on the TMZ thing.
Yeah.
Which has like 1 million views, which is good for Adam.
Yeah.
But he was actually very level-headed about it, where he explained, like, no, these people think that Charlie Kirk was the next Hitler. And so wouldn't you celebrate if Hitler was assassinated before he was able to run in through France?
But that's the problem we're at in this country is that the media keeps telling you Trump is Hitler, Charlie Kirk is Hitler, Nick Fuentes, Alex Jones, they're all Hitler. Like that's the crazy thing is I don't know how many of them truly believe that, but I think there's something to Carolla's point where if they're told over and over again, this is Hitler, then that is what you're going to do, which is, it's nuts. I mean, they are adults, but
a certain percentage of people will believe what they hear if they hear it enough times.
Yeah.
And it only takes one.
And it's been 10 years of that. It's not like they've said it for 6 months. It's been 10 years of Trump is Hitler, the right are Nazis, like over and over again. And that's where like, I said plenty of shit about the Kimmel firing today, but like, that's where I do get the frustration from the right. I get the idea of being like, you know what? Fuck Kimmel. He's a comedian that didn't defend any of these fucking people. Fuck him. I get that thirst to be like, fuck him. But like, if you have any sense of morals, you do look at the similarities between the last 10 years and what's happening now.
All right, let's get into a game. We like to play a game on this show. It's called Guess the Sound.
Can Mike guess the sound from this clip that Karl has found?
Jenny Jingle sent this one into the show this week. And the way we play this game now is I'm going to play the audio. No one will be able to see except for me. So people can play along, even if they're watching the show. Mike gets to ask me 2 yes or no questions. And then I'll show it again. And Mike will try to guess what the video is that we're playing. Guess the sound.
Hit me, baby, one more time!
Mike, you want to ask any questions on that?
I mean, I guess I will. I feel like I know what it is, but
yeah, you might.
Can
I just say, let me just say this. A lot of Guess the Sounds in the Discord, and I appreciate that. If you go to whoarethese.com, there's a link to our Discord server. There's a channel in there for Who Are These Socials. People put suggestions for us, which is great. A lot of Guess the Sounds, all of them impossible. I'm trying to get away from just completely impossible Guess the Sound. I want to give Mike a fighting chance on some of these.
See how good this guy's hearing is. Is there a woman in the middle of the road?
No.
No.
I thought you were going to end with, is there a woman? Which would have been yes, but no. In the middle of the road, no.
Okay.
Oh, shit, that fucked him up.
It did. Because the other option is, did someone run down a young girl with a car?
No.
Okay. I have no fucking idea. Let me hear it again.
Listen to it with fresh ears. I'm going to pop it up on the screen.
Okay.
for everyone to watch and play along at home.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Oh. Okay. I'm a fool. This makes sense.
Okay. What do you got?
The girl is driving and crashed into something.
That is correct. The girl is singing along with Britney Spears. Hit me, baby, one more time.
At first, I thought it was a car running this girl over.
Loses complete
I think his
control of
channel's
her
gonna
car.
get taken down.
But it's fun because it's one of those like the camera's pointing at the driver.
Yeah.
And you watch the look of panic in their face. Am I a bad person? You just see the panic come over their face as they lose control of their vehicle and then go sliding off the side of the road. It says on the video, by the way, she was concussed and had some bruises, but she's fine.
Oh no. Okay. Well, shout out for being an avid Britney Spears fan in modern times.
Yes, this wasn't the Felicia Gillespie video. People in the chat are wondering. No, this was a different girl
Okay.
live streaming her car accident.
Very good.
So that's good. Mike, you know Keenan Bank, right?
I do. All too well.
So Keenan Bank put out a video, and thanks to Paul for sending this in. He goes, "You guys missed this one. You absolutely need to play it."
Okay.
There's a guy named MD Motivator. And MD Motivator is like Keenan's idol. So MD Motivator does the same kind of thing that Keenan Bank does. I think that he's like emulating that.
Oh.
And so Keenan Bank shows up to this gas station where MD Motivator is already there.
Oh my
purchasing
goodness.
gas for people. And Keenan Bank's like, oh, I got to get in on this.
Do you need $5 more?
Check this out.
How much for free gas?
How much for free gas?
Yeah, it's free gas, right?
So he's giving out gas for $10,000 overall, so $50 each customer. For the first 200 people, you get the gas.
Who's doing that?
Zach, he's on number 9.
Can I help contribute and add $50 to it?
For sure. Thank you.
Sweet.
I'll put it on number 3. It's nice of you.
If you had one message to the world, what would that be?
It'll be nice to each other and stay out of trouble.
And thanks for your help today.
We're trying our best.
That's all.
All right, I'm going to pause it real quick. So $10,000. Keenan goes, can I put in 50? He's like, I guess. It's not really going to make a difference, but sure. Cool.
It's like Eddie Murphy's bit about Johnny Carson's wife working. Now it's $60,070.
So then this is the best. So Keenan goes out and walks up to the woman who's at the pump that he gave the $50 towards to let her know he's responsible.
I'm
for
also a
this.
hero.
That's all that matters. I added $50 to number 3. Are you able to get 50? Yeah. Free gas? How's it going?
What's up, Keenan? How are you?
I added $50 to the till. Just to help.
So now he's talking to MD Motivator. Now he's talking to the guy who brought $10,000 to this gas station. And he's like, hey, man, just so you know, we're in this together, bro.
I added 50. Like he's going to be very good, Keenan.
Yeah, rub him on his head. Wow.
Look at you.
I added $50 to the till. Just to help out a little bit.
Keenan, this is Ronke.
Hi.
Keenan.
Oh, how are you?
Hi.
You're from the video, right?
Yeah, they're the ones that are paying for, not me.
No way.
Same with Ronke. She was in the video too. Another $100,000.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Thank you. Helped us and we are giving back.
We are giving
this
back to you.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping us out, man. Thank you guys. Chaos. Nice guy.
And then he's back in the gas station shaking hands. I've probably said this before about Keenan Bank, but what a fucking asshole.
Percentage
about him.
Percentage-wise, Keenan Bank gave as much money as I did in comparison to this other guy, this MD guy. Like to take congratulations for $50. That's like someone else walking in and being like, "I held the door open for someone. Yeah, you can thank me later." You know,
it's less than 1%. It's like when I take credit for like a bomb that goes off in the Middle East, like, oh, that's my tax dollar. Trust me, it's not.
Right.
He didn't contribute at all to that. Mike, by the way, I want to point out, completely out of order today. We're not going in, normally I separate the show based on the social platform that we're looking at.
Yeah.
Today is very haphazard.
I like this. Carl's letting
Okay,
this guy
good.
down. Yeah.
I know. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to just do
what,
it.
What app are we on? Are we on TikTok, Instagram? Who knows?
Honestly, I want to show you a video that I reviewed in Detroit. We did a live show in Detroit last weekend. One of the reasons why we didn't have WATS. And Drew Lane brought this video that was Emily Ratajkowski.
Oh, yes.
Talking to Julia Fox, our girl.
Oh, two of the greats.
And Julia Fox is talking about writing her book, writing her memoirs.
Fantastic.
And when I watched this clip, I mean, I watched the whole episode. I pulled this clip. I went, oh, I have to bring this to Mike. He's going to get a kick out of this.
I appreciate that.
Hopefully, everyone knows if you're on Blind Mike's Patreon or his YouTube channel, or if you're on WATP's Patreon or YouTube channel, you get the bonus episodes we do with the crossover. We're going through Julia Fox's book about a half an hour at a time. We're about 4.5 hours into the book at this point.
It's riveting.
Maybe 4 hours.
Yeah.
I love it. I can't get enough. I started out like hate listening, and now I'm like looking forward to it.
Always, yeah. We space it out enough that you start to miss it once it comes around again.
Right. Yeah, and then I'm always like, oh, what was happening in her life? Is her friend Julia there? Or no, I don't even know. I can't remember her friend's
Which
name.
offense is she lying about this time?
Right. But the thing that we always point out when we're listening to her memoirs is that it's obviously fiction. Sure. Because she remembers facial expressions during conversations from when she was 6.
Mm-hmm.
And she writes about them. And she'll write about like how someone stormed off and slammed the door.
Rolled their eyes. Yeah.
Rolled their eyes afterwards. It's like, well, this is just, you're just making this up. Yeah. Listen to what she says about writing this book.
I really always wanted to do it. And I thought that it would be easier, but I found that my memory is so unreliable that it feels more like an investigative journalism moment.
Because it's memoir. You're writing about your experiences.
Exactly. But, I really want to stay true to the facts, like.
So far, Mike, I'm glad you had the same reaction I did. Like, fuck you, Julia, shut up.
She has, if you guys haven't watched, she has verbatim quotes in there. She said this word for word, and I replied this word for word. And every time we do it, I ask, is that how autobiographies are usually written? Like novels? Like this long dialogue?
And also, we point this out a lot on the bonus shows. Julia Fox got famous in her mid to late 20s. And she was in a movie, and then she fucked Kanye for a minute, and she dresses like an idiot. And for whatever reason, the book is all about when she was a child and a tween, a teen. Like we haven't gotten past 16 years old.
So far, but we're only about halfway through, so maybe she'll get there.
She's 16 years old, and she's sitting here. I mean, when you say our autobiographies usually like this, no. It should have started off with, I met Adam Sandler. That should have been the first sentence in this book.
Me and Kanye West.
Right.
Like, I'm also writing about other people that were in my life. Obviously, I've changed their name and the descriptions and whatever.
They do that at the end too. They have like legal come in and
comb through it.
So
These two fucking idiots. So Julia's just like, don't worry. I changed the names of all my friends that no one's going to look up. Yeah. And then Emily goes, yeah, the book publisher will do that for you. Oh shit, they might turn it back to the actual name. I didn't realize that's bad.
Ace has been doxxed.
Well, I was going to say, I found the social media post that she put up with her and Ace. She didn't change his name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember? Remember I found the post with her and Ace?
Yeah, I didn't remember whether or not the name was different, so that's great.
Well, then she was mad because she found out that Ace wasn't his real name.
Yeah, well, that was heartbreaking for all of us.
That was heartbreaking.
On this journey.
And whatever.
They do that at the end too. They have like legal come in and
comb through it.
So you shouldn't worry about it too much.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just.
So this is 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. I was going to say the book is written. Why would she be worried about it?
And both her and Emrata were writing books at this time.
Oh man. Well, we know what we're doing next.
You might be onto something with that. I fucking hate Emily Ratajkowski. I mentioned this when we were doing the live show in Detroit. That blurred lines video seems like lifetimes ago. Like I'm so not interested in this girl anymore. It's crazy.
Yeah, what's she been? Why am I asking what she's been doing? But yeah, we're just experts on these two bimbos by the end of this. We know every nook and cranny of their lives.
I'm not proud of everything I've done in podcasting, Mike. I'll be honest.
But yeah, so I just really want to make sure that everything is like
accurate.
Yeah.
But I mean, books are subjective. Like it's your memory, it's your POV, it's your experience. I feel like you should just write that shit.
I know, but I would hate like someone coming out and being like, that's not what happened.
You mean like your father? Like your dad being like, that's not what happened. None of this is what happened.
The people in this book, everyone is a villain, kind of including Julia, honestly. Like there's no protagonist in this. It's strange.
Her parents pretty much abandoned her when she's 16 years old. They just give up.
Yeah, and she's like
Julia's in Italy, right? They're like, yeah, we're not sure. I don't know. Who knows?
She's an international spy. She travels different continents without being traced.
I just loved that comment. I wouldn't want someone to say like, this is not what happened. Everyone in the book would come out and say, this is not what happened.
No, of course.
All right. Moving on. Miguel sent this in. He says, a little something we can all agree on in these divided times.
Finally.
Insurance fraud. This is kind of fun. So a guy his car just got hit. He's in a parking lot, and another gentleman walks up to him to assess the situation and see how he might get involved.
Okay.
No, somebody hit my car.
You got insurance?
Yes.
You got license?
Yes. Where's he going?
The guy's walking around the car. And he's getting into the passenger seat.
What are you doing?
I'm going to be your witness. You going to get paid? I'm going to get paid.
Okay.
I got hurt too.
Cool. Let's do this.
So the guy goes, oh shit, you got hit? You got insurance? All right. Can I be part of this, please?
I almost thought I was misunderstanding the video. I was like, that can't be what he's doing.
A stranger just got into a car with a guy, just goes, all right, man, can I get paid on this one too? Which is, by the way, not how that works. Unscathed passenger does not make bank.
We can all make a few dollars out of this.
Maybe. While we're doing things people sent in, this came in from a text message that we got on our voicemail line. So I'm not sure who sent this in, but they wanted to give us an update on Nunchuck Tyler. Do you remember Nunchuck Tyler?
That sounds familiar, yes. Yeah.
We covered him on the show, maybe just one time. But here's an update. There's still no light bulbs in the light fixture above him, but he does have a sweet new move that he's showing off.
Oh.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I got a new move that I want to try to add into my routine. It's a wrist roll with a spin. Check that out. So I'm going to try to add it in my routine here. Do my other tricks. Oh, yeah. Nunchuck Tyler's on his way with super nunchuck skills of fury. Oh, yeah. Got that spinning. Check it out. Oh yeah, nice. So, if I can consistently get that, I can add it into my routine. What do you guys think? Think it's cool? Oh yeah, a spin added into my routine? That's badass. Oh, drop that one. Can't get them all. Peace out, guys.
It's like the way that one I did. He is really good with nunchucks. I got to give him that.
You know, every once in a while I get comments on my videos where people are like, oh, you're actually blind? I thought that was just like a nickname.
Sure.
And I always wonder, like, what would the payoff be? Why would that be my nickname? And then I find Nunchuck Tyler, and I'm like, well, certainly he doesn't just do nunchuck tricks.
Nope. That's
Fair enough. That's what he does. So I get the confusion now, folks. I apologize if I've given you attitude.
I see where you're going with that. You're just like, it can't be his whole identity.
That can't be all he does. And once you said that he's got a new trick up his, I was like, oh, that's the guy. He just does nunchuck stuff.
Yep.
Which is apparently his whole thing.
Yep. He's pretty good at it, though. So I'll give him that.
Good for Tyler.
You can go to supertube.gg/WATP if you feel like that's something you want to do, like Captain Cheese did. He says, here's a fun game. If you see a tweet, Angry Kimmel got shit canned, search their account for Tucker Carlson. Someone getting kicked off TV is great.
But this is yes.
That's a good example.
Often that is the case. But here's the problem. With me, they're doing this. They're like, what are your thoughts on Roseanne? What are your thoughts on Tucker Carlson? What are your thoughts on Shane Gillis? I've been here before all you motherfuckers. Yep. I've been defending all these people. And I'm defending Jimmy Kimmel as well. I think Jimmy Kimmel betrayed all these people. So again, I get why they're celebrating. But I think if you think one of them was a victim of cancel culture, you kind of got to think of them all that way.
And I will say again, we're going to get into more of this. And I know that Mike's probably already talked enough about it, but we're going to hear Opie's hot take.
Yes. And so there is a fun clip that I sent you that I think we can all get on board with mocking. It divides political lines, I think.
Okay, good. Yes. So we're going to get into that. Steve Morton coming in.
Karl should be the one to apologize to Mersh.
Yeah, I should be the one to apologize. Do I have a thing where he's talking about that?
I'm the one who should apologize.
Right. That's the one. I knew I had it somewhere.
That was the other thing I said. I think if you and Mersh were I wish Mersh did go on when you invited him, because I think it would have been squashed in 5 minutes at most.
I think that's why he didn't come on. I think he wanted to keep it going for a little bit, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that either. All right. Woke Chad. We do have Woke Dad coming up, but Woke Chad is one of my favorite characters on TikTok.
Yes. Our placeholder for Woke Dad.
Well, what I like about Woke Chad, and I know the names are similar, so it's a very different person, but they're both storytellers. And both of them can take a mundane thing that happened to them during the day and turn that into a TikTok video they feel everyone needs to see and learn about. In this example, Woke Chad is talking about purchasing a mixer at Walmart. Okay. So you can only imagine what happened with this.
What kind of hilarity ensues?
Well, let's find out.
I just had one item at Walmart this morning after the school run. It was pretty quiet in there. I bought an electric hand mixer because I'm going to make some cookies. And the cookies that I make have a lot of oats and peanut butter and chocolate chips in them. And usually I mix them with a wooden spatula, which is really good for my forearms. But I thought maybe this hand mixer would make it a quicker process. And when I got up to the registers, the only thing open were the self-checkouts. So I went over and I rang it up, and it gave me an error message on the screen. And this fellow walks over and he says, "Just the mixer for you?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Are you making some brownies today?" And he starts to try to clear the error. And I said, "No, I'm making some cookies." And he couldn't get it off the screen. And this other guy comes over and he says, "Just getting the mixer?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Gonna make some pancakes this morning?" And the first guy says to this guy, "No, he's making some cookies." "Oh, all right." And they finally got the error off. And on the screen, it gave me an option to buy a warranty. And I said, "This thing isn't even 30 bucks. Do I really want to spend $6 on a warranty?" And I said, "What do you guys think?" And the guy on my left says, "No, I wouldn't get it." And the guy on my right says, "Yeah, I'd probably get it. My wife says we should always get the warranty."
Jesus.
And I said, "Oh."
I'll tell you what he does love is making a meal out of mundane interactions.
This is what I mean. Could you imagine? Like, this is what happens to me when I'm at the store and they ask me if I want to buy the warranty. No. It's that easy. No, I don't need the warranty.
This is a story you could do with anything. An electrician was at my house earlier, and I said, "This thing was glitching a little bit. Would you mind taking a look at it?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure. It might be this." And I was like, "I don't know if it's that. It might be something else." And he looked at it, and sure enough, that's what it was.
Well,
I was like, "This isn't a story you make a
hold
TikTok
on
video
now,
about."
Mike. Hold on. I just paused it. We haven't heard the payoff yet. You know,
You're
there
right.
might be a kicker.
I'm sorry. I'm jumping
where
the
these
gun.
details are an important element to the story. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt here on this one,
That's
right?
That's fair.
Get it. My wife says we should always get the warranty. And I said, "Oh." And the guy on my right says, "When I was a kid, I got my tongue stuck in a mixer like that trying to lick off cookie dough." And I said, "Oh yeah?" I said, "Did the mixer break?" And he said, "No." I said, "I think I won't get the warranty." So I finished it up, and as I'm getting ready to leave, the guy on my left says, "When I was a kid, I got my tongue stuck to a frozen flagpole." And the guy says, "Oh no." And they start laughing. And I'm like, I gotta go, fellas. And I left them laughing with that conversation in my wake, and I wondered, I don't know where it's gonna go, how many more stories there can be of getting your tongue stuck in things.
40, 50? I don't know.
Right,
now you did.
I apologize to you. There was no payoff at all to that.
You sort of braced me for how wild that got, but you didn't really do a great job.
Holy shit! I can't believe this asshole. And I got to tell you something. This guy's name is John. I found out.
Okay.
These employees were fucking with him. Where they're talking about like getting their tongue stuck in the mixer, and then the other guy's like, "I got my tongue stuck on a pole." Like, these are out of movies they're talking about. This is not real life.
And for him to say, I had to get out of there. Who knows how many more examples there would be? One at most? I don't know.
Right.
There can't be that many.
Right. And if you're so put off by this, why are you repeating them on your TikTok? Sounds like it's great content for you. You should have stuck around for a minute.
Now, I think here's the defining difference between Woke Chad and Woke Dad.
Okay.
Is that Woke Dad's stories are these fantastical like novels where he comes out the victor and all of
Yeah,
them.
he's literally high-fiving store clocks.
Yes.
Children are running up and hugging him. Like, it's incredible. There's a parade breaks out in the middle of nowhere just to
He's a
celebrate his
superhero.
life.
He has written himself.
He puts on a T-shirt, and people are like, "Holy shit!" And he becomes a messiah. Like his stories are a lot more grandiose.
Yes, Woke Dad is a much better imagination, whereas Woke Chad is a better storyteller in the sense that he zhuzhes up a real turd. Like he will dress up a pig and really try and make something out of it.
All right, well, I have another clip because this is just interesting for me. This is on 9/11. He put out a video. Wanted to remind us of what his experience was.
I'd like to hear
on 9/11.
On 9/11, I was 11 days shy of my 25th birthday. I was listening to my favorite radio show that morning.
I know. It must be his birthday around now, then, right? Yeah. Happy birthday, buddy.
My 25th birthday. I was listening to my favorite radio show that morning, the Brother Weeze show.
Whoa, the Brother Weeze show.
Is he a Rochester guy?
He is. He's from Western New York. He's went to school at Geneseo, which is just on the way from us. And he's going to explain this to us.
It'd be great if he just launched into a rant of like, and what iHeart is doing to him is reprehensible.
Right, yeah. I'm surprised he didn't go on a whole rant about it. I guess his followers probably don't care that much about Brother Weeze.
Yeah.
Favorite radio show that morning, the Brother Weeze show. Brother Weeze was a Rochester, New York radio legend, and he ended all of his broadcasts with the catchphrase, "It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice."
I know two other legends that end a broadcast like that.
Really? Karl and Vinny from the Creep Off?
That's right.
Is that who you're referring to?
I think I was on once and I was like, do you guys do that every week? And then you had to explain to me it was Brother Weeze.
Okay, so you already knew that. Yeah, that's the reason why Vinny and I end the Creep Off with "It's nice to be important, it's more important to be nice." Because we're making fun of Brother Weeze.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I was like, what? They do this all the time?
Anyway, I am not even going to play the rest of this. I just thought it was interesting that he was a big fan of Brother Weeze. It tells you everything you need to know. Brother Weeze sucks. And the fact that he likes him sums it up. But he goes on to talk about how, 9/11 really put things in perspective for all of us. And Americans all came together and we realized that it's important to be nice. And it was just a unifying message that I found annoying and boring. So I'm not going to.
He thinks 9/11 was bad?
Yeah. He thought 9/11
we should play
was
more. That's an interesting perspective. We should play that whole thing.
He thought it was a negative thing that happened.
I've never heard it put that way.
Our country. No. Mike, a lot of people feel like 9/11 wasn't a great thing that happened.
But we were all supposed to forget pretty quickly after that, right?
No. They actually want you to remember.
The goal was to move on.
Nope. Mike, I don't think you're understanding this at all. Maybe it's because you can't see. You're not understanding.
I guess.
The
Living in a
impact
different
of
world.
9/11.
Yeah.
God, my fucking co-hosts are the worst. I got to figure out the dumbest of my co-hosts, aside from Vinny. That's the obvious winner. But I got to figure out. Kidding, Vinny. I don't know if he's here. He might be. He's been lurking. I'm going to get into Opie in just a moment. But first, supertip.gg/WATP. Our boy Soft is here. And I think Soft wants to be heard.
Oh. Is there competitive nunchuck that I don't know about that would require someone having a routine? Because I got a good one.
Patrick Michael, I haven't seen him in a minute. I'd like to see him do nunchucks.
Yeah, that is a great question too. Like, is he practicing for something? Is he preparing?
I wonder that about a lot of these guys who are just in their living room recording themselves for social media.
Yeah.
What's the end goal here?
Right. Yeah.
Maybe
it's just that he's found his piece.
Oh, Blind Mike is coming in.
I love my new Ninja Creamy machine. It makes a ton of healthy protein ice creams. Now I can eat guilt-free.
Du isst zu viel, dicker Junge.
Is that much better for you?
I guess BEGGIE Monster is German now. That makes sense. Story checks out.
The great thing about having my own business is I can talk smack about dead Nazis and I can't get fired. Also, if you stop buying coffee from me, then I can't afford to protect my trans kids. And do you really want that on your conscience? Do you?
I don't, certainly.
I come buck, it's $5. Blind Mike, do you subscribe to Karl's position that it's okay to solicit a minor for coitus as long as it's 7 years ago? I'm not Craig. What's going on right now? What just happened?
Have you said that?
I've never said that.
I have to be, listen, I'm consistent on cancel culture. I have to be consistent on this. I do shows with guys that do that. So
No. You do shows with one guy. There's just the one guy. Casey Day and I are fine. No one's ever had an accusation or anything.
I'm just
What are we
saying, if
talking
you want
about?
to, it's fine based on the precedent that I've set. That's all.
I think he's talking about the statute of limitations. I think is what the Icon Buckets was asking about.
Okay.
But no. No one's
You get
subscribing to that
controversial when I'm
position.
not around.
Yeah, I'm pretty wild when you're not around. 'Cause I figure you'll leave the show if you hear that kind of
That's
stuff.
fair, yeah.
Let's talk about the Opester. I haven't put any stingers today. I know people are upset. I got a stinger for this.
Opie Radio. The Opie Radio Podcast.
All right. Let's get into it. Hot political point from the Opester. This is the latest video up on his TikTok right now. This is what he wants people to see.
I'm a bit of a snowflake. I'm going to brace myself here because I've been known to get sensitive about this stuff.
Yeah.
I just
yeah.
want to prepare mentally.
Just remember that like Opie's allowed to have his thoughts on things. We're allowed to have our thoughts on things. Let's let's not get too fired up about this.
But you got to keep in focus that it's not good for America to silence the people you don't agree with. It's not good. It's a Greg Gutfeld. I'm pointing at him today. You know, I think he's right on with his point that there's freedom of speech, the First Amendment, and then there's the rules of the company that you work for. I think that's spot on, 100%. And of course, Greg Gutfeld is very, very happy that Jimmy Kimmel got fired. Okay, I get that. But he could be the one that goes on Fox and also says the other side of this, which is it's bad for America.
Right. So you
That's the whole video.
So you disagree.
Mike, that's the whole video.
Opie.
He almost said nothing. I think he literally just said nothing.
because he's saying he disagrees with Greg Gutfeld. He should be saying, "Oh, Greg, but you're saying you could get fired." But he's like, "I agree with Greg Gutfeld, who completely contradicts the point I'm about to make."
Yeah, I mean, Opie can't figure out his take on something. It's incredible. Like if we could write it down for him, he'd fuck it up. He has no take on anything.
Opie is really like dragged out so many different ways to say like I don't have a take on this. There's so many different varieties of flavors that Opie has used to be like I don't really know, but I'm still going to talk about this issue.
And he's proud of it too. He'll brag about not having a take on things.
Yeah.
Now, here's the piece that I've been holding off to talk about because I wanted to get Opie's take on it first. Here's the piece that I want to bring up about Jimmy Kimmel that I think is disturbing. Okay. And we should all be concerned about. And I can't believe Opie wouldn't bring this up because the FCC is involved. Mike, I don't know if you're familiar with the FCC.
Because the Opie and Anthony show loved the FCC so much.
That's what I mean. I don't know if you're familiar with the FCC, but for some reason, the head of the FCC came out and went, I really hope Disney does something about this because if they don't, we might.
Yeah, the easy way or the hard way, I believe he said.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is that this company is currently looking to merge and have a percentage of reach that is higher than it's supposed. I mean, they're going to become a monopoly. Mm-hmm. And the FCC is the one who approves these things. And they're like, well, if we get rid of Jimmy Kimmel, we might look favorably on this whole monopoly thing that you guys want to do.
And we're fine with monopolies as long as Jimmy Kimmel's not there.
It's like, what the fuck? Why the fuck is the FCC weighing in on a monologue on the Tonight Show? Well, you're not allowed to use that joke. What? Okay, is this where we're going to now? Like the FCC is censoring jokes on late night shows?
Because forever I was told, hey, Mike, freedom of speech. Okay, the government isn't getting involved, idiot. It's not a freedom of speech issue. Well, now it actually is.
It actually is. And this is the weird thing that like guys like Opie, and I mean, a lot of people get this, but there's a lot of guys I've been watching about, talking about the Jimmy Kimmel thing, and no one's talking about the fact that the FCC got involved immediately.
Right. Let's hear Opie's take.
That was it.
Oh, that
was the whole thing.
Oh, I thought you said that's a good point that he says nothing about it.
It's crazy. It's
because
crazy
I go back and listen to old, like when Opie and Anthony were on terrestrial radio, it's almost like with 100% certainty that if you listen to a given episode, they're bitching about how they have to dump out of something or like the workarounds that they have to have. And so, yeah, that's a good point for them to not have a take on that. That's why I'd be curious to hear. Well, I think I know what Anthony's take on this is probably, but I will say Anthony on Twitter, at least, I don't know what his official take on this is, but Anthony kind of went the route I was saying of just being like, hey, Kimmel didn't support me when I got fired or any of these other people. So fine, I'm not that sad about it. That take I'm okay with, but the idea that this is like a good thing or in any way different than Roseanne or the litany of other James Gunn or Cumia or whoever, like that to me, I have a hard time accepting.
I was talking to a guy on the phone today, and this is going to sound douchey, and I apologize for it immediately. I was talking to a guy on the phone today who has no love for Jimmy Kimmel. He's like, this guy fucking used to lecture me.
Yeah.
It's a guy who knows Jimmy Kimmel. He used to lecture me about how to get along and what to do to be a part of the machine in Hollywood. And even he was just like, this is fucked up.
Yes.
This is a really big problem that everyone's just like, oh, good, I don't agree with his political view. So yeah, let's fucking run him off the air.
That's the biggest problem to me, especially people in broadcasting, where it's like, well, they're going to come for you eventually. It might not. I get you don't like what Kimmel said, but that's the thing. I don't know if you've ever heard this quote, Karl. I may not agree with what you say, but I'll fight to the death. You're right to say it. And
Why is it so hard for people? Why is it so difficult? I don't get it.
Don't know.
All right. We're one of these agree with each other shows that nobody likes.
I know.
I should be debating you right now about this. No, fuck Kimmel. He sucks. He should be off the air.
He does suck, and he probably should be off the air.
Well,
but not for this
because
reason.
of ratings. Because of ratings. I also the Trump thing that Trump does that I find annoying is he constantly talks about how people don't have any talent. You can't say that Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel don't have any talent. Jimmy Fallon, maybe. No, I'm just kidding. You can't say these people don't have talent. It's the dumbest take you can have.
Right. They all got, especially like what you should be acknowledging is like how brilliant the Colbert Report was, and that guy has none of that left because he's abandoned that. They've all abandoned their talent. I might grant you that, but
sure. But yeah, heck right. Alex Jones and Kimmel should do a show together. That's what I mean. Like when I don't want Alex Jones off the air, I don't want Jimmy Kimmel off the air. Like, well, everyone to be on the air because then when you censor that shit, that's when it goes underground, and then people start going to fucking private Discord servers, and who knows what happens after that.
And I understand that it's allowed, by the way. I understand ABC is allowed to fire Kimmel. All of that is allowed. YouTube is allowed to deplatform Alex Jones. I totally get it, as I've gotten for the last 10 years. What I'm saying is I don't think broadcasters and people that give their opinions or make jokes or whatever should be applauding it when it happens in any case.
Oh, that was one of the things. I won't even mention names, but there were other broadcasters who were excited about Alex Jones getting deplatformed and then sued for $1 billion. I'm like, you're a broadcaster. Yeah. I realize you don't have hot takes and spicy takes on Sandy Hook, but who knows what the next thing's going to be.
Yeah. And Kimmel might be one of those people that was like, good, I'm glad Alex Jones got deplatformed. So you get what you reap what you sow in those cases. But again, I will defend Kimmel even though I don't agree with everything he's done.
Let's move on with more Opie.
Please.
Opie.
I forgot we're still on Opie.
yeah. Opie's got this on his TikTok, and he's talking to Ron the waiter. And I guess he thought that this was a big highlight from his podcast that he needed to put on TikTok.
Oh.
How do you feel about Tom Brady coming out of retirement? It's the big news today. Big fucking news.
Are you fucking around with me right now or no?
Tom Brady is coming out of retirement today.
That's the whole video.
Oh, we don't get his reaction or the fact that that's not true. Like,
what the fuck is going on? What is Opie doing? I want to interview this man. I never wanted to talk to Opie more in my life than right now. Like, why was that a video?
Explain these TikToks to me. Yeah, because who's that? Like, I get people talked about the fact that Brady's playing fantasy football, but it wasn't this like, oh my God. It wasn't like Kimmel, where I'm sure if you hashtag Kimmel on TikTok right now, you're getting a bunch of views. But
isn't Brady part of the Saudi Arabia flag football thing?
That's what I'm referring to. Yeah.
Oh, you said fantasy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant flag football. Yeah. So, Brady's doing that flag football thing. It was like a topic because there wasn't a ton of news other than that people would talk, but it wasn't like this. Oh my God, he is like, it wasn't this viral moment.
Right. It was like Ron the waiter lost his mind. He's like, is he coming back to the Pats? You know, he wasn't like all excited about it or something like that. Right. So stupid. All right. One more clip from Opie. Again, this is from his podcast. This is his Live at Gebhard's thing. And I I always know that Opie thinks something is good when the guys are laughing.
Oh, okay.
So spoiler, in this clip, the guys are laughing. What they're laughing at, I have no idea. But this is on Opie's TikTok.
All bastard one up. I saw the birth of the universe inside a tent once.
No, it's weird. I so believe you.
It's true.
I
It's definitely
so
true.
believe you.
What just happened?
I know because you've done it with every other video, but I said certainly there's going to be context in this one. It's not going to just end abruptly. and boy, I'm kicking that football again.
Is there a physical person posting these videos? Or did Opie fall for one of those things where it's just like, you could just let our software figure out the best parts of your shows and we'll just upload it automatically?
Opie does that and then I think doesn't watch them to make sure they make any sense. He's just like, oh, this one says, because with those servers, I've used Opus AI or whatever.
Yeah.
And what they do is like, hey, this one, 99% chance this goes viral. Like they give you like a rate of the odds it gets a lot of traction. And often when I watch those videos that it spits out, I'm like, oh, this is useless. There's no context to it or anything. So I don't post them. And Opie, on the other hand, is like, perfect. I'm in. If you say it's going to be good, it is.
So does it also spit out the description?
Yes.
Okay. So
you don't have to use it, which I don't, but I'm sure.
The description of this is, I saw the hashtag birth of the universe, all caps clip, Opie Radio Podcast, hashtag funny reel, hashtag trippin'.
I'm guessing that the first part, trippin' might be an Opie. That feels like an Opie.
It feels like an Opie, yeah.
Yeah, but that does feel like an AI caption because there's no content. Much like the video itself, there's no context to it. And then Opie
has Opie not looked at his TikTok in years? Are we the only ones looking at Opie's TikTok?
Evidently, unless you tell me it's the comments are lighting up or something. But I imagine we're two of the few.
Well, the comments are funny. I just scrolled down a little bit. There's one comment on this video, and it just says cake. And everyone who's trolling Opie on TikTok just talks about stopping cake. That's all they talk about on here.
Get over it.
So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Mike, you sent this one in to me. You called this a touching message.
Well, this goes back. I know we tried to get away from this subject, but I think this is one we should all be able to rally around. Now, I don't want this guy fired or anything. I'm sure a lot of people do. But this is the most ridiculous breakdown of the Charlie Kirk shooter that I have heard. And there have been plenty of ridiculous ones. But this is wild. This was on ABC. ABC's had a fun week. I didn't
yeah, really.
I didn't put that together. This is on
a lot.
ABC News. They're breaking down the press conference where they talk about Tyler Robinson, the shooter, the Charlie Kirk shooter. And this is this guy's report on the story.
An alleged murder with such specific text messages about the alleged murder weapon, where it was hidden, how it was placed, what was on it, but also it was very touching in a way that I think many of us didn't expect. A very intimate portrait into this relationship between the suspect's roommate and the suspect himself, with him repeatedly calling his roommate who is transitioning, calling him my love, and I want to protect you, my love.
Okay.
Isn't that beautiful?
I'm falling for this all over again. It says live ABC News. This is like a joke report, right? That somebody's created and put out.
This is a real guy.
No, this isn't like air on television, like on national television. This is just a joke that, like, could you imagine if the media was this fucked up and they were this excited about trans people, they would report on this conversation between this murderer and his roommates?
It was a longer post and he's kind of saying the same thing. He went on 10 minutes later and said it again. He's like, it really was like beautiful to see. Like in his mind, he's thinking of like the Titanic version of the Charlie Kirk shooting, where it's this love story. And just in the background, you know, the guy takes out a political advocate.
He's a murderer, but he had a trans partner. So I don't know. Should we let him walk?
He contains multitudes.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. Should we let him walk on this one?
He is more man than beast at the end of the day.
This is fucking crazy what he's saying.
Yes. My love, and I want to protect you, my love. So it was this duality of someone who the attorney said not only jeopardized the life of...
Hold on a second. All right, take the trans part out of this. I know he brought that up, so I guess it's important to him. Yeah. But you're saying like a murderer could also appreciate their loved ones?
Isn't that amazing?
No.
Well, what's amazing about it is only this one. All the other murderers we've ever had before, they've never felt love.
They never felt love. They never had a partner they cared about.
Yes.
This is the first time a murderer.
That's what's so magnificent.
Political
and really,
assassin.
Let's let love win. Let him out. Come on, Tyler. What do you say?
What is going on?
Attorney said not only jeopardized the life of Charlie Kirk and the crowd, but was doing it in front of children, which is one of the aggravating.
Jeopardized the life of Charlie Kirk?
Yeah.
He jeopardized
It's in trouble.
it. But
I still
by
think he's got a
aiming
shot.
directly at his neck, it jeopardized his life. Yeah. I got to back that
We don't know how dead he really is.
Who the attorney said not only jeopardized the life of Charlie Kirk and the crowd, but was doing it in front of children, which is one of the aggravating circumstances of this case. And on the other hand, he was, speaking so lovingly about his partner. So a very interesting and, as Pierre said,
That's the
riveting
tough
press
thing.
conference
It's
day.
like
It was tough.
Yeah, he murdered a guy in front of an entire crowd of people, but like he did suck a trans guy's dick. So I mean,
he loved
like
the trans person before they transitioned, so he seemed like a pretty great guy.
Which do we really value more? Like, if you sure you murder, but like if you suck a trans cock, at
Holy
the end of the day,
shit.
are you all bad? And I'm saying no.
I thought we were past this. I thought we had moved past this kind of talk. Wow. Mike, when you said that to me, I was like, we don't usually cover political stuff on this show.
I thought you might enjoy it. I thought that could bring the nation together.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
ABC News. Well done. Killing it. I hope I get to hear that on my favorite show, No Agenda, that always breaks down the news media, the news coverage.
Yes.
I hope they get that clip. I'm sure they will.
Good.
Let's talk about GG33.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
GG33.
God damn it. This one also includes the Charlie Kirk shooting.
It
I
does.
forgot. We're not really out of it yet, but again, it's a fun one.
It's fine. It's social media. That's what's in social media. That's what we're covering. Yeah. But there's been a lot of celebrity deaths lately. And you might point to Charlie Kirk. I might say Hulk Hogan. It depends on who you think is more important.
Absolutely. Yeah.
As far as their body of work goes. Yes. So GG33 is going to cover it all here.
You best know what your enemy energy is.
Ozzy Osbourne, Hulk Hogan, Charlie Kirk, what do they all have in common? Every single one of them. Ozzy, Hulk, and Charlie are all one life path. What is that?
Oh, my God.
I want to point something out, Mike. I am also a one life path.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know. That's why I
you in
put
a
it right
safe
up.
place?
When I was watching this video, I was like, oh, shit. This is bad news for me. Let's find out, though. Maybe there's another element here that I don't know about.
Are all one life path. What does that mean? We're in 2025, which adds up to 9. 1 and 9 are enemy numbers.
Fuck. This is why I'm being sued by Stuttering John in 2025.
Damn it.
This makes nothing but sense right now.
You're a one life path.
Shit. This is
When
my
he's
enemy
point-
year.
When he said 2025 adds up to 9, I was like, surely he's made an error. That doesn't make any. Why is he bringing up the number 9 here if they're one life paths? And by God, I forgot about the enemy numbers. This son of a bitch did it again.
What's funny too is that he's showing being a one life path means you were born on the 1st, 10th, 19th, or 28th. But then sometimes he brings the year into it too, and you have to add up those numbers as well.
Yeah. Well, it's because it doesn't always suit his narrative when the certain numbers don't add up.
I think that's the point. Yes.
Can you imagine equating, like watching the Charlie Kirk video? I did a whole monologue about it last week.
You did. You got very political.
It affected a lot of a lot
Yeah.
of people in a lot of different ways.
Sure.
And saying that is exactly the same as Ozzy Osbourne essentially dying of old age.
And Parkinson's.
Both these men had bum luck. And it's because of the year they were born.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan lived like as far as a pro wrestler goes, it's the equivalent of being in your hundrents.
Yeah. Hulk and Ozzy did about all they could on this earth.
Yeah,
more or less,
they did pretty well, actually. That's a great point. But he elaborates here.
This is information I released. This is information no one knew before I made it public. Because even Steve Jobs, the great Steve Jobs, since we're talking about Apple, the guy who went to India and found out about the number 28 and incorporated his company on a 28th day. Even he married the 9 life path and he died from cancer.
Come on. No, he did not just say that.
Yeah.
This
He
isn't the real
married-
GG33. Is this like a parody GG33 or something? It's
What?
like making fun of him?
You don't think that's close enough just because it's an entirely different person?
Like first 9 was the day, the year, not even the day, the year.
Yeah.
And now 9 is the person he married. Like nines could be anywhere. They're hiding under the fucking carpet. Watch out.
You said you're a one life path. Also,
Yeah.
you better warn Jenny Jingles and Vinny and anyone else in your house right now. Just being near you is dangerous.
I agree. I should tell people not to come over to watch the Bills game that's going on in about an hour. I did calculate this though, by the way. I was like, oh shit, what is Stuttering John? What's his number? John is an 8.
Thank God.
Thank God. But 8 is the money of number of money, isn't
right?
it?
Yes.
Fuck! Oh shit!
Ah.
He's gonna get all my money.
GG33 is like, he's going to come into about $600,000 soon based on the year he was born.
God
Like,
damn
all right, that's pretty good, GG. I got to give it to you.
You best know what your enemy energy is from a numerology and astrology perspective. If you don't, you're literally fucking yourself up.
Literally.
Very important day in American history. That is the day that changed so many lives.
You know, here's my question. So I'm in my enemy year right now. Am I supposed to cower? Like, what am I supposed to do with this information? He's like, you better figure out what's going on with this information. All right, I did. Now what?
Yeah, you just bury it deep down and live in fear.
I'm gonna go hide in a pool table from here on out.
Don't get on a plane. Don't drive. Don't do anything that could put you at
I've been
risk.
on a lot of planes this year. You've heard me complain about it. So
I didn't lose any people. I didn't lose any friends, even though they say they, told my people to get out. I didn't get the message. I wasn't there. All I can tell you is that is the day numerology came into my life. And because of that day, all of you guys out there are into numerology as well.
Thanks, GG.
let me just remind everyone, the reason why GG33 became a numerologist is because 9/11 took place and the Twin Towers looks like an 11.
Add up 9/11, 10, 1 plus 0 is 1.
Oh, shit.
So
you're
1
right.
life path, the opposite of 9.
Right, which happened on September,
Coincidence?
which is the 9th month.
Coincidence?
Fuck. This is so stupid. I want to check in with Rosie and Joe Matarese, but real quick, supertip.gg/WATP is where you can go to participate in the show and help support us.
I see you've learned from the master, Karl. I couldn't have defended the Villa Ramatel better myself against Mersch's valid and mostly correct criticisms, validated by your own review.
When you find your position indefensible, insult the man. Well done, young hamburger. High five!
High fives. Thank you very much. I'm glad I'm as good as Aaron at this. Steve Morton coming in.
I think both conservatives and liberals are hypocrites. Boom, hot take.
We don't even need Opie anymore. We can just have AI Opie.
It's a really good point that Opie makes. I never thought of it that way. I will say I was wrong about the math I did a minute ago. I just want to get ahead of that before we get any
Okay, I wasn't
chats
paying
about it.
attention.
Yeah.
I just thought we were going for a joke, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, okay, good. Thanks.
Birch the Great says Sinclair wanted Kimmel to apologize, but he refused.
Oh.
What does an apology do?
It heals the nation.
Does it?
Yeah.
Will it? Could it?
I think so.
Okay, fair enough. Now we're arguing again. Good. Now it's a good show again.
Yeah, it does.
Different
You
viewpoints.
son of a bitch.
Yeah. All right. Rosie O'Donnell. She's, last week we were checking it out. Her herpes was exploding off of her face.
Yes. Guys, stop messaging me. I know we were off for a week. It's enough. My inbox is flooded with, we need a cold sore update.
Right.
Fine. We'll give you one.
Let's find out what's going on with Rosie's herpes.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Rosie O'Donnell, star of the Flintstones.
Star of the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Is that her major credit?
I can't tell if that's her being self-deprecating or her being like, that was a big movie I was in.
That's what I was wondering too, because I was recently watching Stephen Baldwin has a new podcast that I've been checking out lately. And he also brought up the Flintstones. Now, he was in a different Flintstones than Rosie, but has anyone watched any of these movies? I don't think so.
Right. And like if you were a big star and go, oh, star of some fucking D-list film I was in, that'd be kind of funny. Rosie doesn't have this massive hit that we all know her
Right.
from, and her giving Flintstones is like, Rosie, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, good point. I mean, you could point to like A League of Their Own or something. It's like maybe one of her bigger movies. But it's not like she's been in like Titanic. It's not,
Yeah, she's also not the star of A League of Their Own.
No,
Yeah.
Madonna was. We all know that.
Yeah.
How are you? Boy, a lot of stuff going on. My scab kind of came off, but now it's all bright red.
That's the lead. That's the headline.
That's the first thing on her mind because she's staring at herself. This is why social media is bad for you because you're staring at yourself too much. She's
I
looking at
don't know where
giant
this video is
sword in her
from, but it's like there's a lot going on. Charlie Kirk is dead. Liberals are like cackling in the streets. The right is trying to cancel people. But more importantly, the scab is worn over and it's fallen off now. So
it's incredible.
I don't know. There you go, a cold sore. Say what you want. Herpes, herpes, herpes. Say it.
Oh no, it's like John with the L's in the chat.
Doesn't bother me.
L. I see what you guys are doing. Like you can tell it's getting to her. This herpes thing that's going on.
She's like, I guess that means love when you make fun of my herpes.
Right? Yes.
Say what you want. Herpes, herpes, herpes. Say it, say it, say it.
You know, if I named our episodes after things that happened in the show, this episode would be called Herpes, Herpes, Herpes. For sure.
That's a fun one.
Maybe I'll do that.
Do what you need to do. Some woman was so angry at me. She said, Charlie Kirk didn't deserve to die. I don't think he deserved to die. I don't think anyone should die for their
Big of you.
opinions. I don't think anyone should be targeted. I don't believe in violence. I don't believe in guns.
Bad news. Violence and guns both exist.
I don't believe in them or
guns.
guns. Oh, Rosie, I've got horrifying news.
Yes. I don't believe in God. All right, well, no one can really prove it, so that's fine. I don't believe in guns. I got one right here. What do you mean? Check it out.
Oh, Charlie, good news. Wake up.
Yeah, Rosie doesn't believe in it. You're fine. Wake up. All right, that's poor taste, Mike. Poor taste. Tuesday.
I understand.
Do not and never will. No, no, no to political violence. That's what I believe. That's what I stand for. Anyway, she was mad. She thought that, I would be happy, which I was not. And she's like, you with your cold sore and your herpes. I was like, okay, all right, honey. You're upset. I understand. TikTok, you don't stop.
Your catchphrase.
I love that for the first time, Rosie has the right take on something, and she's rubbing it in our faces. No, I wasn't a lunatic on this one. Like, we just assumed. I'm sorry. You usually are. my bad.
Hey, egg on my face this time, Rose. Sorry.
I just assumed you'd have the worst take possible. Is that crazy?
Scab on my face. But I love that, like, she segues into the Charlie Kirk thing that she eventually, like, talks more about in that video. But she goes back, like, you kind of think, like, oh, she's done with the scab talk. And she's like, and it's not herpes, by the way. It's like she had to get one more
Jesus
in.
Christ. It's the only thing she's thinking about. All right. Speaking of people who used to be stand-up comedians.
Joe.
All right. So Joe Matarese is one of our favorites. Of course, we used to have Fixing Joe. What was the podcast he came back with when he was going to have no co-hosts or guests? And then
Just what you heard there. It's the Joe Matarese Show.
The Joe Matarese Show. Yes, thank you. And both, I think I can give both of us credit for running Joe off of podcasting.
Yeah, I give you a little more credit. He was more afraid of you. I think he would have tolerated a little longer. You've got a bigger audience, Take the lion's share of the credit. I gotta give
God damn it! I don't want credit for that. I want Joe Matarese to be podcasting. Fortunately, though, he's on TikTok, and what Joe likes to do is he likes to remember the good old days, and he thinks that we all lived the exact same life that he did, and so when he brings up something from his childhood or early memories, we're all going to go, "Of course, I remember that, Joe. What are you talking about?" And here's a perfect example of that.
You guys remember when you would go to the gym? It was like an old man gym. Remember those in South Jersey? Be just like a bunch of guys, right? Just weights, barbells, benches.
Why is he whispering? Is he embarrassed to be recording this video in this
He
gym
should
right
be.
now? Yeah, he is.
Because I think he's in a gym where
he
he's
is in a gym right now. He's like, hey, guys, do you guys remember? Look, I got a take on this thing. Get in closer. Scooch in for this one.
It's me, Joe.
Always be a guy on the regular bench with like a towel right here. He'd be all tries, and he'd have a gut, and he would just fucking bounce the weight right over his chest.
You talking to me, sir?
No. Talking to TikTok.
I'm doing
Sorry.
something. I'm on the phone.
Sorry, sir. How much longer is Joe going to try to relate to his audience with experiences that none of them have had? This is getting crazier. It's almost like he's doing a bit now, because now he's getting so specific. Do you guys remember going to a gym in South Philly where there were old guys there, and there's the one guy who's doing the bench, but he had a towel on his head? You're like, no! How? No one else has had this experience, Joe. Shut up.
Do you guys remember dinner at my house?
Do you remember my mom's Sunday sauce? No, I'm not
what my
sibling.
bedroom looked like?
Why would I know that? What's crazy too about this is that I'm waiting for like there to be a joke. It's one thing to set up a premise like, oh my gosh, when I was growing up, this is what was going on.
Yeah.
And then you could have some jokes interspersed in there.
Certainly.
Well, let's listen for him.
And he would just fucking bounce the weight right over his chest. Remember that guy? Boom, bounce it off. A bunch of guys in the gym with the weight belts on, with those lifting gloves. All guys. There was no like pretty women at the gym. No distractions. Just lifting, right? What was your favorite one in South Jersey? Mine, Jim Korea's gym. What was it like?
I'll pause it here. Mike, what was your favorite gym from South Jersey?
Oh, Carl, there's too many to mention. I don't want to waste all your
I know,
time.
but you got to pick a favorite, right? They're all my favorite. Yeah.
I do kind of appreciate that Joe has said, all right, listen, I might be delusional about certain things, but I'll tell you this. I'm never getting big outside of South Jersey. So I am going to zero in on that demographic.
It's worse than that, because if you think about a few weeks ago, we were playing him talking about going to his high school reunion.
Yeah.
He's literally pinpointed his target audience to his high school reunion. The only people who would know what he's talking about are people who went to high school at the same time he was in high school.
If you're in the town lines, maybe not even, like, I don't know if there were 2 high schools in that town. So if you were on the side of town that went to high school with Joe Matarese, that's who his comedy is.
Oh, you were in North Cherry Hill? Yeah, no, not North Cherry Hill. That's not the one I'm talking about.
That's why I don't get it. Sorry.
South Cherry Hill. These people are going nuts for this material I'm doing right now. This is insane.
$1 a month. Always stunk. It smelled like sweat and BEGGIE. It was like the gym from Rocky 3. Who was Jim Korea? I'm trying to remember who he was.
We don't know. We didn't go there.
There were no jokes. He goes, it smells like sweat and BEGGIE. Okay. And it was like the gym in Rocky 3. Sure.
Who's Jim Korea? I don't know. Probably the owner, Joe.
I would imagine the guy who owns the place, right? Because it's called his
founder,
gym.
Yeah.
Right. This is one you labeled how to make a Brian Regan bit bad.
Yeah, you guys know Brian Regan and all his genius bits. Well,
I do.
Joe has imagined, what if we ripped all the humor out of that? What would that look like?
What would that look like? Well, something like this.
You know what else I miss about sports when we were growing up? How mean we would be. When someone came up and you knew they sucked, you would yell, "Sink in!" Remember how great that was? Sink in! How sad was that if you were the guy? I so wanted to be the sink out guy. Sink out! This guy hits bombs. Sink out! Sink in. Oh, we need to bring that back. We're so mean.
I've also never heard that, by the way, not to nitpick this, but I've heard easy out. I've heard move in.
Right. I put easy out in my notes.
Yeah. That's the Brian Regan bit. Easy out. Easy out.
Sink out doesn't even make sense.
You know what, Carl? I think it's a South Jersey thing.
It has to be. Remember how great it was when we'd say sink in and sink out? No, I don't.
Now, Brian Regan, the reason that bit, if you've never heard it, go look it up. Because the reason that bit I think is so hilarious to me is like the imagery. When Brian Regan says the outfielders are in on the dirt and the infielders are going through my pockets, it's such hilarious imagery.
Right. This is what I was referring to earlier when I said writing jokes. Like if you want to have like a bit about like growing up playing baseball, that's how you do it. This guy has nothing. He just keeps repeating sink in.
Yeah, remember when they would yell "sink in"? Sort of. They wouldn't say exactly that, but I guess I get what you're going for. Now, where do you go with it, Joe?
He's shockingly bad at writing jokes as he's telling this story. Now, he keeps saying "sink in" over and over again. What if he came up with other examples of things you could yell at a kid at the plate? Like you come up with things that are outrageous the kids would never say. That could be a joke. Or like you said, the Brian Regan example, where he's exaggerating how close they're getting to the plate because that's how bad you are.
Yes.
He's got none of those things.
I beg to differ. Let's see.
Let's let it play. Let's let it play.
Wasn't it? Bring it back. We didn't even care if there was something wrong with the guy. He could have been mentally handicapped and we would still yell, "Sink in!" The guy could have had a peg leg. He could have been one of those guys with one leg longer than the other leg, with the thick shoe and the thin shoe. He could have been that. Sink in!
Wouldn't that be the definite time the infield would move in? Is if a retarded guy was up? Yep. Couldn't the example be, I don't care if it was Barry Bonds, we would yell "sink in." This is how much we loved yelling "sink in" for some reason.
Nope. Instead, he goes right to the guy with the thick shoe and the thin shoe because his legs were different legs because we all grew up with one of those guys.
Yeah. Even some retard we treated like he couldn't play baseball.
I'm club-footed. I'm like, I've never heard of this. I don't know what that is, but okay. We can all relate. I'm surprised he didn't throw out a name. You know, remember Tony B? The guy with one leg longer than the other guy?
You remember bullying him.
What are you talking about? And then it goes right to his tour dates. All right. I got to start moving faster because we're getting closer to Bill's time.
I was going to say, if you want to do Woke Dad next week.
I know. One more from our buddy Joe Matarese. Let's talk about the great sport of wiffle ball.
Here's another sport that kids are so missing out on. Maybe you see it occasionally, but not like you saw it when we grew up in the 80s. Come on. Wiffle ball on the lawn, making different things, the double, the triple, and the home run with the yellow bat and the chair, right? You had to have the chair as the strike zone, dude. It touches that chair.
I wonder if Joe talks to other guys in his life at his age, and they talk this way. Dude, you remember playing wiffle ball? And he goes, yeah! Like it's like the most riveting conversation. He's like, I gotta put this in my act. I gotta make a video about this. Because this is Tony Soprano said, remember when is the lowest form of conversation.
Yeah.
And this is all Joe Matarese does now. It's just remember when. And we don't even know the guy. Remember when is the conversation you have with the old buddies when you get together again.
What research has Joe done to know whether or not kids are playing wiffle ball nowadays? Like,
that's a good
point. I guess his
too.
kids didn't. Who gives a fuck?
I see wiffle ball bats at the store. They sell them.
Not as many as there used to be.
Fine, I guess.
Not down here, though, right? You go down there, it's a ball. But anywhere from the seat up, freaking handles, graze it, you're out. Over the freaking house, home run,
now he just loves naming
house.
wiffle ball things. Like, you'd have that yellow bat, you'd swing it, they'd throw the wiffle ball, you'd try to hit, you'd run the first bit. You're just naming aspects of the game, Joe. There's not anything interesting going on. It's like saying, I had the busiest day. I woke up, I took a step with my right foot, then my left, then my right again. It's like, you're not that busy. You're describing nothing.
Describing Stuttering John's show.
Yes.
Mike, this man is suffering from a deep, dark depression.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being this man's age?
That way,
well, no, I know. It's very sad. Imagine being this man's age and you're just pining for the time that you were 8 years old hitting a wiffle ball into your house.
You know, you always hear comedians talk about like, well, I wanted to get this hour out so I could move on to the next thing. You know, I was doing the material so off, I was getting kind of sick of it.
Right.
Joe did a special about the 80s.
Yes.
Mullets and mixtapes. And since then, he's still been on a crusade to be like, no. But really, do you remember? Like, do you actually remember the 80s?
So, Mike,
I'm not
Adam Bush. I'm not a psychologist. But I feel like wishing you were a little kid again is not good. There's something about that's not good.
Maybe it's not going so great now.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
The fact that everything this man thinks about is like, remember we used to tease other children? Remember we used to play wiffle ball? Remember? Fucking a walking member berry, this asshole.
Those are the
remember
days.
Star Wars? Shut
I
up.
remember.
Else triple, pass the pitcher in the air as a double. You know what else we did? Cherry Hill, New Jersey. We were legends. We were Phillies fans. We were dicks.
Oh, we were so cool. And I would hit a triple and they would yell, Joe.
And then someone was like, Matarese show. And I was like, that hasn't even happened yet, but okay.
They'd pick me up on their shoulders. They'd say I was the greatest comic and Red Bar sucks and doesn't know what he's talking about.
And they'd say you can get off your meds now and just be you again. Your wife won't hate you.
AGT edited that shit. You were hilarious.
You got set up.
You come up the plate, right? You'd always take on one of the batters. I don't see my son imitating batting stances anymore. I would do them all, dude. I remember Richie Hebner. The Phillies, remember Richie Hebner?
I don't, Joe. I don't remember Richie Hebner.
Before my time.
I do not remember Richie Hebner, Joe.
He would pull his shirt up behind him. Richie Hebner would do this little move. Start talking shit to your friend.
Why doesn't my kid do that now? Why doesn't my kid imitate Richie Hebner?
Maybe he's not a loser like you are. Maybe. I'm hoping.
Go. Let's see what you got. There's always one guy, too, that could hit bombs with one arm. There's always that one guy, right?
You know, if you're going to bleep out the swears, then don't swear. Because it's obnoxious.
I guess, yeah. That's
you know what I mean? It's not adding anything. He's just like, remember that fucking guy who did that fucking thing? And it's like, beep, beep. It's like, shut up.
He just can't contain himself. And also, it's kind of like Arrested Development. You know, it adds a little, you're like, I know what they're saying, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, pitch it. I don't need two hands. And he would just go with the one hand. Over the house. Home run. Out of here. Kids are blowing it. Go get a wiffle ball, the yellow bat.
And then there'd be that one bleep who's faster than the rest of us, so he'd go run over it. But
put some duct tape or some electrical tape on it. Give it a little weight.
See, that's what I mean. Like, add a joke in here, Joe. Jesus Christ. What are we? We're just taking a walk down memory lane? Is that what we're doing?
He's giving real wiffle ball tips.
Right. He's
Add some
explaining.
duct tape to it. You think kids are watching this, getting tips from it?
Put some tape around the wiffle ball so that has a little weight, so it curves a little better. God, get off your video games.
Oh, Joe. Joe, if you had video games like the kids have today, you would not be playing wiffle ball. Like, thank God we're not playing wiffle ball. This fucking rules.
No, you never saw Richie Hebner play. So who the hell
I
are
never
you to
did.
talk?
I never saw Richie Hebner.
You're a fraud.
I missed out. All right, we got Woke Dad coming up. I got to get out of here. The Bills are on soon. But first, supertip.gg/WATP.
If you call your Transformer roomie my love, then that's gay. Here you go, Megan.
All right.
Can you guys tell I was enjoying some Irish cooter? Got the hurt from that yummy corned beef?
That is true, Rosie O'Donnell.
Nice.
That is true. Prosyth. Monumental waste of time. The Matarese Superfan podcast just did a rare new episode, number 40. What?
Whoa.
There's a new Matarese. Monumental waste of time. I remember that. There's a new one?
Huh. What are they covering? Just this TikTok, I guess? Like us?
I'm into it.
We're going to have to check that out.
I will have to check that out. All right. You know who I got to meet when I was in Detroit?
Who?
I got to meet the man who came up with this song.
I would do anything in my power to keep him happy, healthy, and safe.
The name that they would call their superhero was I stand up against injustice, standing up for what's right. Dress up and have fun.
I called him out on his bad behavior.
There's Roberto, who's now helping to produce Drew.
That's an
Lane's show.
underappreciated one.
Oh,
the other one is the classic, but
well, I like the other one because it's just a better like stinger for us.
Yeah.
But we played that one in Detroit a year or two ago, and people went fucking nuts for it. The
yes,
Woke Dad song.
I remember that's where I was like, oh, people are enjoying this guy.
People love it. All right, so we're going back to 2020, Mike. Okay. Going back over 5 years.
Oh yes, this is my quest. So I'm still in the midst of my quest, and boy, is it arduous to find where Woke Dad really started, like where he started to become. Because in his early days, as we'll see with our first clip, he's like a comedian. He fancies himself a comic of sorts, and that
this is comedy
transformation
we're about to watch. Well, hold on a second, Mike.
Oh yeah,
he's trying to be funny here.
Well, very much so. I think.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I wasn't a little bit shocked by what you just told me.
Get ready to laugh.
All right, let's go.
So I was hanging out on somebody else's live, and honestly, he started talking about analytics, and it's something I never, ever look at. I never look at it. I don't look at my numbers at all. But he started talking about how 60% of his followers were women, and I was like, oh,
To be honest, I might have been
I'm
thinking of the
kinda
next
curious.
clip.
No,
I think the next clip is a little more comedy.
No. He does try to be funny here.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was being facetious. I was fucking around. Mike.
All right.
Look at you losing confidence immediately.
Well, but then I was like, there's no way a comedic bit would start out with analytics on your
No, he
TikTok
gets to a punchline.
video.
He gets to what
all
he
right.
thinks is a punchline.
All right, good.
I didn't mean to make you Opie yourself on that
You really
one.
did.
His followers were women.
You're great. We love you.
And I was like, I'm kind of curious to check it out. So I was like,
so he shows his analytics and it shows that he has, and this is again 2020, about 15,000 followers, 80.1% female.
He was so this is when he started, because there's a video he makes like a week later where he mentions having 18,000 followers. So this is where his followers really start going up. And this is a guy like now he's very into like advocacy, like he's kindness, spreading kindness. But back then he was all about the numbers. He was talking a lot about getting those numbies up. So it was kind of a different guy in that respect.
so then I was thinking to myself, what about all these videos that are like, the boys got my back? And I'm thinking, boys don't really have my back so much. But then I realized maybe the boys don't have my back because I'm stealing all their women.
Ah, yes, that's right.
And then he mugged for the camera afterwards. I do think it's funny that he pretends to like adult women. I think that's a fun thing that he used to do.
Well, that's what straight guys do, is like, oh, maybe everyone's jealous of me because I'm stealing all their women.
We all know the truth now, what's really going on. Mike, have I talked to you about my inducting Woke Dad into the Creep Off Hall of Fame episode?
Yes. How dare you?
I know.
I was on there when Chris D'Elia was inducted, and I don't know if this man lives up to that standard.
Oh, you don't?
I don't know.
All right. Well, anyway, it was a fantastic episode. If you want to go to patreon.com/the creep off, there was Sharon Peters in our Discord did a great job of going back through the archive, and we really discovered what a creep this man is.
I just got the name.
You just figured out Sharon Peters? Is that a real name? This is like when Senator John was making fun of Lucy. He's like, what's her name? Lucy Tightbox? Like, yeah, it's a joke name, idiot.
I am. Oh, that's good stuff.
Oh, Mike. We have fun here, guys.
I was like, oh, we have a female fan. Terrific.
Probably not. Probably not a single one. All right, so this is what you're talking about was his first real fake interaction.
Yeah.
When he started telling stories.
This is not full woke dad, but you're starting to see the glimpses of it. This is, like, I think, December of 2020. Like, I think we're still in around Christmas time.
Correct.
So I had somebody come up to me today and go, you are exhaustingly positive. Thank you.
So is that his like version of being humble?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so annoying because I'm so positive all the time.
Yeah. He's like, everyone likes me. Ain't I a stinker? How great I am.
But that is the reason I call it like an early fake interaction, is because at best he's leaving something out. Strangers don't walk up to you and go, "You're so positive," and then walk away. It just doesn't happen.
He did say someone, not necessarily a stranger, but
it's okay. Someone you know doesn't walk up to you and go, "You're so positive,"
exhaustingly positive.
Like there's a lot of context missing from that video. From that,
I can see someone telling him he's exhausting.
Absolutely,
that makes sense to me.
Yes,
and he's probably like, "Why?" Because I'm so positive. Like, I don't know, man. I gotta go. Sure.
Yeah, and all the Trump stuff, and
So this is more inching towards what would become woke dad.
Yes.
You know something amazing? Every day, TikTok saves lives. Every day, somebody approaches this app thinking it may be their last. And every single day, you give them hope. You give them a reason to smile. You give them a reason to fight on, a reason not to give up. You share your love and your kindness and your heart. And they're here because of you.
What an idiot.
I look at it and I think, what a shame that I was suicidal pre-TikTok,
Right,
like,
yeah.
I don't have the benefit of all these kids, these lucky bastards.
You could have been saved by social media.
I could have been. I had to do it the old-fashioned way.
I've done a little bit of research on this. I actually brought social media as the biggest problem on the biggest problem in the universe a few years ago. It is responsible for more homicides and suicides than
No,
it is
no, no.
positive outcomes.
Social media, sure, fine. I'll grant you that. Not TikTok. People go to TikTok to save their life.
Does Daniel work for the Chinese government? Because never have I seen someone ball watch TikTok so much. What's his agenda?
I think because he was obsessed with gaining followers, he's like, oh, the algorithm will be good to me if I praise, oh Lord, TikTok.
Maybe it worked.
We did not add the music, just to be clear. That's a Daniel original. And even that, he's arrogant in his music choices. Like he's putting this grandiose pomp and circumstances around him being like, I like TikTok a lot.
Yeah, cool, man. It's definitely going to save the world. That's for sure.
Oh, it's been great.
Well, Dan, like most creators, is inspired by other creators that kind of put him on his path.
I thought this was a fun nod to someone else we talked on today's
This is
program.
amazing, actually.
You really aren't a part of TikTok if you don't understand this new phenomenon. I think I'm going to call it the Rosie O'Donnell effect because that's what it is.
Yep.
And I could care less about fame or fortune or any of that. Numbers mean nothing to me. But what this woman has effectively done, this amazing human being, is she's connected with the community. She has understood TikTok better than any famous person I have ever seen. She has embraced normal, everyday people just because she knows that they're going to be amazing. They're going to give her amazing reactions, and they're going to show love and kindness. Can't we make this the new trend? Can't that be the new TikTok trend? If you're famous, do this.
Cut to a 40-minute video where the only two things are said is, my scab is healed over and half the country are Nazis.
Right. She's constantly has the wrong political take, and she feeds a squirrel. She's killing it.
Yes.
I totally understand.
That's how you use TikTok.
Also, I love that he praises her for how she uses TikTok. Not her parenting so much, like all of her children despise her and ran away from home.
Hey, not the one she dragged to Ireland.
Well, right, there's that one who's kicking and screaming across the pond. But she's the worst mother in the history of motherhood. And he's going, what an amazing person she is. I like her TikTok videos.
Yeah, she's terrific.
Dan, you're great. All right, one more
It's a
from
great coaching tree Rosie has.
One more from Dan. And this one is just sad because I think this is before the, what is it called? Good Start Coffee Cart? Great
That's
Start
true.
Coffee
Yes,
Cart?
he doesn't have his coffee cart yet.
Right. So he's like working for the man at this time.
Yeah.
And he's a guy who probably doesn't have a lot of skills, probably not making a ton of money. And we find out that is true when you watch this video.
I had no idea this would make me so emotional. But
so he's got tears in his eyes. It looks like he threw some salt in there or something.
This is where you start to see, you're like, oh, this kid might have it. He could grow up
he was
to
cutting
be
he was
a
cutting
woke dad.
onions and then was like, oh, I can do a TikTok now.
I had no idea this would make me so emotional, but it has. I think for anybody who knows me, I've been saving up all of my gifts for my life for an iPad for my daughter. And she's an amazing young artist. She's 11 years old, and the wonders that she creates are just amazing. And
this was back when he liked this kid for her accomplishments. She's a good artist. Yeah, but is she part of the LGBTQIA community? Not yet. We'll see.
I wish she was trans, but I measure her on more than that.
Right.
because of all of the kindness of my friends here, she was able to get that. Now, I wasn't quite there, but I definitely made up the difference, and I couldn't help but give it to her. And because of the kindness of this community, she is creating absolute wonders on this thing. To watch her draw is a miracle in its own.
Yeah.
And to be able to support it as a father, it's life-changing.
And in 40 years, I'll build a room that she can draw in anytime.
Right. There'll barely even be a rape dungeon. Don't use the word rape dungeon when you come over to the art studio, please. That is the password to get in, but still. So this fucking asshole goes, hey, thanks to TikTok, I was able to buy an iPad for my daughter for Christmas. You can't afford an iPad for your daughter for Christmas without TikTok? The strangers have to give you money in order for you to get a gift for your daughter?
I forgot. That was the thing that really inspired me to include it, was that for some reason, every asshole in this world thinks an iPad is the greatest form of charity.
It really, yes.
I don't know why that's a common thread.
Yes, I know. It really is funny. If only I had an iPad, everything would be great. Yeah, he had 5 iPads on his Amazon wish list until we shamed him. He took them down.
Sure did. And again, I maybe I'm too obsessed with the music, but can you think of anything you could do to inspire yourself so much that you put that music behind you? Like you're like, oh, I'm so inspirational. This deserves this music.
I just had a funny idea.
Yeah.
What if I made a video where I'm just goofing on Opie? I just put that music in the background. It's just like, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, slow.
Carl,
slow
you've
clap.
done it.
No one clowns Opie quite like Karl. It's amazing.
Crying.
All right. Supertip.gg/WATP.
I got those boys back, teaching them some hardcore analytics.
Analytics. I see what you did there.
Mispronounced it, Dan.
I think he did. All right. We got some voicemails that came in. Go watch the Bills versus the Dolphins tonight. What is it on, like Amazon streaming or something?
It's
like
got to
that?
be, yeah. Hey, you get Al Michaels at least. That's nice.
Oh, yeah. Al Michaels. He's still alive, right?
Yeah.
Is it just AI Al Michaels at this point?
It could be.
Is it just a head in a freaking thing like Futurama?
Either way, he sounds top notch.
I'm sure it's great.
Can I answer WATS? I just want to say, one, Lucy described the stacker perfectly. Her being a Taco Bell expert like myself.
Okay.
2, how the fuck does a fat piece of shit like that eat 30 stackers? Holy fuck. I guess maybe because they're a fat piece of shit, but Jesus.
Yeah.
I remember back during like COVID, they had the nacho party pack thing, which was like a trough of nachos. I tried to eat one of those by myself, and I threw up everywhere.
Good.
Might have been from the wild turkey I was also drinking while I was eating it, but still, it was fucking awesome.
I was going to say, if you eat Taco Bell and you vomit, that's because your body is working.
Yeah. And
It's a good sign.
this guy kind of answered his own question, but I don't think a lot of thin, upstanding citizens are eating 30 stackers from Taco Bell.
Aside from Lucy type box, no.
That's fair.
Definitely not.
Yeah, it's a good point.
One more on here.
Yeah, for WATS, when you guys were discussing Mr. and Mrs. Taylor Swift, Karl, you mentioned the desire for a breakup, but as a Bills fan, I don't think you're reaching far enough. I'm a Steelers fan, and if there is to be a breakup, I want it modeled after 1 or 2 people, OJ or Chris Benoit.
Oh, come on.
Nothing less will be satisfactory.
All right.
That's
and I find it ironic that Blind Mike is making fun of those 2 fat slits that talk about having to buy an extra ticket on.
I don't like to do it,
Spirit
sir.
Airlines
I'm
or
forced to.
Southwest.
Oh, hold on a second. Mike is talking over the voicemail. Let me back that up. I want to hear every word this man has to say, Mike. Hush down over
I
there.
don't agree with it.
On Spirit Airlines or whatever the fuck, Southwest. Kind of funny coming from him when he's about 1 cheesy gordita away from his airfare doubling from now on.
It's a fair point.
Fuck you, Mike. You're fat.
There's a lot of Taco Bell.
It seems
talk on
harsh,
this-
but it's a
on
fair
the show today. Mike, I know that you're going to be glued to the TV later watching My Buffalo Bills from Orchard Park, New York. But there are people who don't care about that. There are people who don't give a shit about football. They don't want to hear about football talk. And they're going, what do I do in the meantime? And I say, you go to blindmike.net.
Oh, you're too kind. Thank you. Yes. Why Are You Laughing is back. Very exciting. Out free now is Sam Hyde versus Tim Heidecker and Harvey Picar on David Letterman. Harvey Picar and Letterman's a very niche subject. I don't know if a ton of people know who that is, but I recommend it. He's a weird character, and I didn't know a ton about him before, but I enjoyed doing the episodes, so check those out. New episodes of Why Are You Laughing now coming out every Monday night on YouTube and wherever you get podcasts. And the Blind Mike Project is live Sundays at 10 a.m. Every week, as it will be this coming Sunday. So go check that out.
This Saturday on WATP, we'll have Cardiff Electric. I believe it's his first time ever being a co-host on the show. He's always on the show, but never as a co-host.
Long overdue.
Cardiff Electric is a co-host. I think Lucy Tightbox is stopping by. Probably talk about some Meghan Markle with Lucy. Also, we just put out a Patreon episode this week. If you go to patreon.com/hearthese podcasts, or you can sign up on our YouTube channel, you'll find it under the membership tab. We did Stuttering John versus Lucy. We talked about Lisa Boswell from a year ago from that reality show, or 2 years ago. Lisa and Helga Mann, what they were getting up to. Steel Toe, that was an interesting segment. Steeltoe's been talking all sorts of shit about me. He thought he had it all figured out. Oh, Karl fucked over Rich Voss. Rich Voss was crying about it. And then we tuned over to Chad Zumock, who called Rich Voss, and Rich goes, I don't give a fuck about any of this. What are you guys talking about? Why are you bothering me with this stuff? So
I'm sure Aaron played that the next day and was like,
no, he actually did.
I was wrong about this.
No, Aaron actually doesn't do that. No, Aaron, Keanu, and Chad were all trumpeting this message that I was so awful to Rich Voss when we were together at the Villa Roma that Rich was mad at me and I fucked everything up. And Rich is just like, yeah, no, it's none of that. You guys have done any of this right. I went up there. We did a quick segment. I laughed. It was fine.
Oh, good.
We also talked about Frenchie Hanna at the gym. So that's all available on the most recent bonus episode. You get the whole archive when you sign up on Patreon. All the old episodes we do. We'll have another one later this month. Stuttering John Living in the Past. Oh, this is a big announcement that I have for you. So we've been doing this series called Stuttering John, or Living in the Past with Stuttering John, where we go back to 2018 and listen to the podcast that John was doing with Royce before the Dabbleverse existed. Well, I talked about this on WATP yesterday, that John was doing all these shows before that for Podcast One and another company, and he had Tammy Pescatelli, and he had this other producer, and they're gone. I can't find them. Someone just sent me like 20 episodes from before anyone was listening to the Stuttering John podcast.
Great mother of God.
I know. So I'm very excited that's going to be a part of our Patreon series, Living in the Past.
You know what you might get in there
John.
too is him being like, I just did Anthony's show. I love Anthony. Great guy.
Oh, it's going to be wild. I can't wait to hear the shit that he was saying back then.
Yeah.
Artie Lang is misunderstood. Yeah. Karl made Rich cry was what Aaron Imholt and Keanu were saying.
It's shameful that you would do that.
Could you
imagine? To poor Rich Voss, who notoriously has such thin skin on podcasts and radio.
Right. Yeah, he can't take it. He's always running out of the room
when
people are clowning him. All right, Mike, what do we do to get out of here?
Have the day you deserve, everybody.
Anyway, social media, I'll catch you later, man. Who are these socials?
That's what this audience wants to hear. Like, whoa!
Who are these socials?
I'm the one who should apologize.
Folks, what you were about to see is real.
With Karl.
Okay, we got it.
And Blind Mike.
Who could have thought of that?